stress, watch it manifest. Got my only fear, I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? What you gonna do? Threaten to take my breath?
Liam is coming to derail the train, and that makes him dangerous.
Why is it going to be an exciting fight if you're only at 50%? Because you ain't going to be 60%, you're not going to be 50 for this. Stop telling lies.
He wants everything that I have. He wants to take it from me. This is a very serious fight.
You know, just turn up 100%. I know I can beat 100% Chris Eubank Jr.
While it lasts, it's going to be very exciting.
I think he's lucky he got his dad's chin, and he's lucky he's fit and durable, because if he's not that, he's not really a tough night's work for anybody.
He thinks he can win. He believes it. His team believe it. They're mistaken. They're sadly mistaken.
Everybody in boxing saying, great fight, great fight, great fight. Either you're deluded or everyone else is thick. Like,
I think the Eubank name's got many more years in the game. I don't think there's any comparison. I really don't. But, you know, I can't come back from a loss at this stage, so...
He loses to me, he should retire.
Yeah, I kind of do see each and every fight now as the most important fight of my career.
Chris, how was the Gloves Are Off filming for you?
It was fun. It was interesting to, you know, sit down with the guy I'm going to fight in 8 weeks' time and really see what he is. Because I don't really know the guy personally, but when you're sitting down talking back and forth with someone for 45 minutes, you get a sense of who they really are. So, yeah, very interesting doing these things.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to finally sit, you know, proper face-to-face to him at a table and talk and have a few discussions or, you know, disagreements. But it was good to see what he had to say, kind of looking me in the eye, not to media and people listening.
Did you work anything out about him mentally from this exchange before you go into perhaps a physical battle?
I have done from the start, you know. I notice any cracks every time I see little cracks in it, because I'm an easy fight. I'm 50%. You know, we have to be 50% for me, but then he'll give me some little bit of credit and some praise then, and I'll just say, like, there you go. That's what I mean. He's not going to get me where I miss a trick with him. You know, every time he slips up, I'll let him know you're slipping up, because he knows he's in a fight. Don't be fooled by that. He knows he's in a big fight also, and every time he you know, drops his guard, I'll say, there you go. There you go. If he's 50%, if you're at 50%, why is it going to be an exciting fight if you're only at 50%? Because if I'm at 50%, I'm classing as an easy fight.
You seem to enjoy the theatre of it almost. Was it fun to look into his eyes and try and work out where he's at in a mental capacity before you perhaps do it in a physical way?
Yes, it's good to get as much information and yeah, as much information as you can about the man you're going to fight, and sitting there talking to him, watching his body language, watching his movements, seeing what irritates him. You learn a lot, you know, and that's stuff that can transfer over to fighting him, you know. So it was fun.
Let's talk about what words come to mind when I say the name Chris Eubank Jr. What words?
I can't say them words.
Liam is he's competent. He's durable. He's tough. He is, you know, he's coming to derail the train, and that makes him dangerous.
Is there any words you can say that?
No, look, just like a clown, I think is a good phrase for him, in what I think and the way he acts and the way he's been acting. You know, just be real, just say it how it is, and you know, like, even you ain't going to be 60%, you're not going to be 50 for this. Stop telling lies. Again, like, I just think he's a fool.
He wants everything that I have, and he wants to take it from me. So this is a very serious fight. I do think I'm a superior fighter to him. I do think there's not going to be much he can do to stop me from beating him. But I respect him. And I know that he is going to bring absolutely everything into that ring on the night. And that is what makes it so great for you guys. Because, yeah, from round one, I think this fight is gonna blow up.
Let's talk about Chris Eubank Jr. then. How would you perhaps describe yourself if you had to deliver some words? How would you describe Chris Eubank Jr.?
Cool, calm, calculated, cunning, courteous at times. You know, I'm just a guy.
And that's just the letter C. So
There you go.
As a man, I think what you see is what you get. You know, my whole family, everyone will say the same thing. You know, but if I think I don't like you, you know, you'll probably know about it. If I love you, you'll know about it. You won't get me lying. You won't get me trying to sell a fight or sell myself to you to make you like me. If I'm liked for a reason. If I'm disliked, it's for a reason. I think that's the way I come across sitting at a table. Just example, Chris thinks he's got me biting. If you sat at a table and said you're going to beat me being 50%, I'll tell you the exact same thing. So that's all I'm saying. As a fighter, I just think I'm honest as a fighter. You know what I mean? What you see is what you get. I come to fight every time. Obviously, stylistically wise, I think I'm like a box fighter, probably better at fighting. So let's say that.
try and sort of outline what the challenge ahead looks like with Liam Smith. What's the crux of the challenge that lies ahead on January the 21st?
The crux of the challenge in fighting Liam Smith is, I just got to bring things that he's not going to see coming. That's one thing he has in front of him that I believe he's not going to be able to deal with is the surprises, is the unknown. What is he going to do next? That's the type of fighter I am. I can switch it up in an instant, whereas he doesn't. He has the same method each and every time, and I've watched that. I've watched him do it over and over again, so I know how to counteract what he's going to do.
Yeah, you know, he's a tough challenge. He's a tough night's work for anyone, and that's what, again, I sat and said to him, you're lucky. I think he's lucky he got his dad's chin, and he's lucky he's fit and durable, because if he's not that, he's not really a tough night's work for anybody without that. If he didn't hold a shot that good, he's not hard to land on, so I'm pretty sure people, and especially bigger people than me, we thought would have hurt him and stopped him. So I think he's lucky, and he's blessed with a good chin like his dad, and he's fit and he's durable. But strip him down, like I said, I don't think he's the best fighter. I don't think he's, a tough task to figure out.
Sounds like you're saying he's not trying to put words into your mouth, but do you see him as a predictable opponent?
Yes, Liam Smith is very predictable, and they may try and change it up for this camp, but at 34 years old, I'm 33, but at these late stages, it's very hard to become something you're not. It's very hard to learn new tricks. It's very hard to change who you are as a fighter. So eventually, he will revert back, and I will deal with him.
What does having such a prestigious name, fighting family, mean to you? Does it come with pressure? Do you feel anything?
I think that pressure side to the family name's gone now. That was like more so me and Callum as a kid. Paul and Stephen were top amateurs, England internationals when we started, so there was a lot of pressure on us, like there's a lot of pressure on now our little nephew Paul. Every kid coming to fight little Paul, it's their national final, because he's got four big uncles there who are, his dad and his three uncles who were world champions, so it's always come with pressure early on, but now I think me and Callum, because we're still fighting, I don't want to really say cementing our legacy, because it sounds a bit big-headed, but we are cementing the legacy of our name as a family, and when I sit back and tell you what we've done, it is some achievement. We've all been British champion. We've had 3 British champions in one house at the same time, with 3 British belts. Me, Paul and Stephen, all British champions. Callum couldn't be British champion because Paul held the belt at the weight. Me and Callum have fought for 1 world titles. Paul and Stephen have both challenged for world titles. We have had a great story, and now the pressure's off. Me and Callum are just continuing adding to that story of the Smith brothers.
Being a part of the historic and British brand that is Chris Eubank, or the Eubank name. It's an honor. It's a privilege. It's pressure, that's for sure. I have to uphold a lot. I have to live up to a lot of expectations each and every time, and that is tough. That's a challenge, but I enjoy it. And I think the Eubank name's got many more years in the game.
Does that make the fight all the more special then? I think like two fighting families coming together, putting it all on the line, looking to kick on and get another world title for yourself.
Yeah, it does. It's good that Chris is from a fighting family also in that sense. It sells, and it's a good story. Two fighting families. He is from a fighting family, and it's not just, his dad was a great fighter. He's got his cousins, and they are a fighting family. So, fair play to them as well. They know what it takes, what they have to go through. So good luck to them. But me and Callum is going to keep adding to ours, and I think ours is one that'll never be done again, if I'm being brutally honest.
How would you rank the Eubank name versus the Smith name?
I don't think there's any comparison. I really don't. But that's up to the fans to decide. Me personally, listen, I'm going to be biased. Of course I am. You can't really ask me that question. But chalk and cheese.
We're looking like it's going to be a sold-out arena. It's a pay-per-view fight. Some people are saying it might be swinging towards a Liam Smith favoured crowd. How do you feel about going into that kind of environment?
It's up north, so maybe it will be a Liam Smith crowd. I don't know. I'm no stranger to walking into hostile territory. I've done it for years. Will I do it again this time? I don't know. Do I want to do it again? I mean, it would be nice to have, some cheers going into the ring for once. I'm not holding my breath, but I think there'll be a few more fans on my side this time around, and if not, it's okay. We've got to get the W. That's all that matters.
Do you enjoy playing the villain role? That perhaps do you feel you've been unfairly labelled the villain in the past?
I wouldn't say I enjoy it. A lot of the time I've done it because I've had to do it. There's been no other way. I don't know if people still see me as a villain or not. I'm still the same guy I was 3 months ago. I probably was going to get booed into the arena in the Ben fight. I'm not under any illusions. I know that's probably going to happen. I know now a lot of the Ben fans have become Eubank fans, but I'm still the same guy.
How does this fight rank then in terms of moments in your career? You've had some great wins, particularly over the last 12 months, but does this have the potential to define your career, this win, if you win?
Yeah, it probably does, yeah. Probably, it's got all the ingredients to be the best night in my career. The biggest fight I've had, no, it's not. But, I beat Chris Eubank Jr. in January, probably be my best win, my most sweetest victory, beating Chris. And like I said, this is my first, blockbuster in the UK. This is my first pay-per-view fight on Sky Sports. And I've been in big build-ups with Canelo's and Mungie, yeah. Even Jesse Vargas, Madison Square Garden, big nights. But to do this one in the UK, and Manchester will basically be like Liverpool for me. So this will definitely rank up there at my best win.
For me now, it seems like every fight is the most important moment, because a slip-up is devastating. It's, I can't come back from a loss at this stage. So, yeah, I kind of do see each and every fight now as the most important fight of my career. I have to win. I have to perform. I have to do what I say I'm going to do. Otherwise, everything's ruined. This is a big fight. You know, it's a domestic rivalry, and it's a fight that the fans want, and it's a fight that I want. I think this fight is going to be a lot of fun, just from how the styles match up. So, yeah, 8 weeks, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Do you think Chris has underestimated you or made a mistake taking this fight?
I think he's made a mistake. Underestimate me, no, because I don't believe anything he said. And again, you know, I think he's plays the game, but he's not stupid. You know, he knows this is. He knows he's in a fight. You only have to read anything online. You know, you think it's an easy fight, but everybody in boxing saying great fight, great fight, great fight. You know, either you're deluded or everyone else is tick. Like, you know, he knows he's in a fight. He's not stupid, but maybe made a mistake in taking it. Yes, because like I say, this is a big defeat for him. You know, he's losing to a 154 coming up. He's losing to a fighter who he thinks is on his way out. You know, he thinks I've already got 1 foot out the door because I'm a realist. Because I'm saying, you know, a loss at 34 years of age, a loss for him at 32 years of age. He loses to me, he should retire. Because you lose to me, how are you going to beat your Charlos, your Golovkins, your Canelos? He's chasing Canelo. He's supposedly chasing Canelo. How are you beating Canelo Alvarez when you're losing to Liam Smith? So, you know, he loses to me. He wants to have a good think himself, but that's just the difference in the two of us. I'm a realist.
No, I don't think he's made a mistake. He's a fighter. And, you know, he's getting paid great money for this fight. That's what we're in the game for, to make a living. And, you know, he thinks he can win. He believes it. His team believe it. They're mistaken. They're sadly mistaken. But, you know, as a fighter, he's going to give his best shot. And while it lasts, it's going to be very exciting.
Will the weight be an issue?
No, definitely not. I've been a solo 154 my whole career. Not many people, if any, have pushed me back and been too strong. Besides, you know, say Canelo Alvarez, but he then went on to be middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight world champion. So take him aside, nobody's been too strong for me. No one's pushed me back and made me feel that I'm not strong enough. I've also shared the ring with Chris. So I know 160 is not going to be a problem for me.
You touched on it in The Gloves Are Off, and there's been rumours, stories about the spars. What are your memories of those encounters? Were they stuck in your memory, or was it just a part of your training in the past?
Yeah, I don't remember the spars too well with Liam and his brother Paul. I know I went up there, I was sparring at, I think it was Amir Khan's gym. But I don't remember exactly how it went down. I don't remember if I hurt him. I don't remember. He says he hurt me to the body and nearly put me on the canvas. I think that is a whimsical tale that he is using to kind of try and, I don't know, get under my skin or make himself, more confident. But yeah, at the end of the day, listen, sparring is sparring. It doesn't really affect what's going to happen on the night. And we're both probably two different fighters compared to what we were back then. Well, I know I am. He may not be, but I am.
I remember just thinking, like, you know, look, I haven't even said. I remember Ronnie Davies. I got to ring. Ronnie Davies said to me, "You can hit him when you want to hit him." Obviously, size made it an even spar, and that's what I'm trying to say now. Size here is making this fight a 50-50 or a great fight, as people are saying. If Chris was a 154, it's a no-brainer who wins this fight. You know, we're both 154s. That makes it an interesting fight. Whether I can go to 160, whether I can handle a 160 weight limit, but the sparring made me confirm that. I knew stylistically wise, touch back on it, it's a cliche, but fundamentally wise, I'm well better at Chris than Chris. I'm too clever than Chris. He's not good at your jab and feinting and none of the stuff that you're taught, and he's not the greatest at that. Fair play to him. I've openly said I feel he's trying to learn now under Roy, but I don't think that's the greatest thing for him too, because I think there's only one Roy Jones. But I know Chris can be hurt the body. Like I said, I've openly said it. I know I hurt him the body. He'll tell you different, but he's telling you he's never been hurt in his life, so that's just Chris.
I think we're both on great runs. I think we both have great momentum. Both coming off of strong victories, and yeah, that always plays a part in the fight itself. You know, if you've had good performances leading up to it, you're confident, and I know I'm confident. Everybody knows that, but I think he really is too. So both of us don't see each other. You know, we don't see a loss there. We don't see defeat. And when two fighters don't see defeat, it makes a great fight.
How important will form be going into this fight?
Maybe, I don't know about the form, but momentum's key for me. I've begged for momentum my whole career, and I feel I'm on a great run of momentum. You know, no fighter wants to be out the ring 6, 8, 10 months with injuries and not getting fights off promoters. I've had a good year since COVID, we'll say. You know, look, it took me taking a fight in Russia to maybe get that, but you know, I fought in Russia, then I had Fowler, Vargas, Hassan. I'm on a good run of momentum, and it's all I've ever asked for my whole career. That's why I feel people are saying you're seeing the best of me, but it's maybe not you're seeing the best of me, you're just seeing me. And I always said the momentum I get, the better I get, the more you'll realise. And I think that's why my name is on people's lips, that I'm getting better, because they're seeing me more and they're seeing me regular. I'm not winning and then going off everyone's, you know, going out of sight, and then people, oh, wonder where Liam Smith is. I'm fighting regularly, so people are keep seeing me, and I'm staying in people's mouths.
Roy Jones is due over any week now. Initial conversations with him, has he offered any advice before he arrives? Are you putting any plans into place in the interim?
No, he hasn't given me any advice yet. You know, the advice comes when he's there on the ground and we're in the gym. But I know that anything he tells me to do is going to be the right thing, and I'll listen and I will apply everything that he is teaching.
You've teamed up with Joe McNally back in the Rotunda. How much has that helped you sort of go again in your career, or refresh your career?
Yeah, it's helped. You know, obviously, Joseph and Declan have known me my whole life. They followed me as, like, you know, fans, and they're as close to me as family. You know, my mum was their mum and dad's mate since they were babies. I've known them my whole life, so they followed me everywhere regardless. And then, you know, they become coaches. They've been in boxing their whole lives, both amateurs. Joseph was an unbeaten pro, 7-0, and then called it a day himself. They're getting a great stable, rightly so, because they're proper students, they're good listeners, they're good learners themselves. So, you know, they're getting a stable they deserve now. But for me and my partnership with them, it seems to be working. We gel well. We know when to switch off from boxing. We know when to be serious in the gym, and it's working. And like I say, our fight nights, we've had some good nights up to now, but it's going to get better.
If you had to give Chris any advice for fight night, what would it be?
No, advice for fight nights, look, I know he's going to turn up anyway, but just make sure you turn up yourself with no excuses, because again, I sat there and I told him his losses, and he had an excuse for them losses. He had an excuse for going to points his last couple of fights. He's always got an excuse lined up. You know, just turn up 100%. I know I can beat 100% Chris Eubank Jr., and then I'll let you decide what you do with the rest of your career. Then if you want a rematch, I might give you it.
Keep your hands up, you know. Be ready for war. Be ready to take some big shots, and give the crowd what they're paying to see, which is excitement and you know, serious combat. That's what this fight's going to be. We're not going to have to go looking for each other. So as long as he's in there with that warrior spirit, you know, not looking to give up, not looking for a way out, there's no way this fight can't be a classic.